In this lesson, we're going to install Quart. Make sure you have at least Python 3.9 installed. Next, we're going to install the UV package manager. UV is an extremely fast Python package and project manager that replaces the previous virtualenv and pip workflow. It's better than using a requirements.txt because it tracks package dependencies in a log file, avoiding the issues we had sometimes where package upgrades would break our application. Check if you have UV installed by typing UV version in your terminal. If you don't, just go to this URL to install it. To create our first Quart application folder, we will use UV to set that up for us. So navigate to the folder where you keep your Python applications. It can be your user's home directory or a completely different directory. Just do a cd to it. Now let's create our Quart project. Type UV init Quart hello and then cd Quart hello. This will create a project folder with a pyproject.tom and a few starter files. One of the nice things about UV is that it handles virtual environments automatically. You don't need to create or activate one yourself. When you run commands with UV run, it takes care of everything for you. We now install Quart by doing UV add Quart. This will add Quart and all its dependencies and create a uv.log log file to keep track of exact versions. Open your favorite code editor and create a file called hello.py in the root folder. We'll write the following code in hello.py. First, we import the Quart class from the Quart package. We then create an instance of a Quart app using the dunder name global as its identifier. Next, we'll define the root path that the application will respond on. And here's where we see our first difference with a Flask app. We need to prepend the route function with async, since we'll be doing input-output operations inside that are asynchronous. For now, let's just return a simple hello world. Finally, we need to make the app start with app.run. Save the file. Before we can run it, we need to define some environment variables, just like we did with Flask. In order for that to work, we're going to install the python-dotenv library, which allows us to create an env file to be loaded when Quart runs. So on the terminal, type uv add python-dotenv and then create a .quartenv file in the root folder as follows. We're now ready to run our first Quart app. Just type uv run Quart run. You will be notified that the application is running on port 5000. If you now open this URL on your browser, you'll see the Hello World message. Now let's create a template instead of returning the string directly to the user. For that, we'll create a template folder so that we can render the page more dynamically with a context. So create a templates folder and inside create the hello.html file as follows. In the hello.py file, add render template to the Quart import on line 1. And change the hello function as follows. Did you notice that for the first time we're using the await keyword? Why do you think that is? If you said that render template is a coroutine, you are right. Rendering a template can take some time, so Quart hands that off to a coroutine so that it can service other requests until the template is rendered. Try taking out the await keyword, run the application, and reload the page in the browser. You will see the following error in the terminal where the server is running. As you can see by now, things are not so different from what this application would look like in Flask. Of course, this is a very simple app, so as we make things more complex, you will definitely start to see the differences. Check out the full code at this link. Let's now tackle how to build our first database-driven Quart application.